Today I'll be teaching you how to use Microsoft PowerPoint. You'll be using this for all your presentation needs. That includes sales pitches, reports, and any other kind of presentations that may arise while you work here. So once you open up the program, the first thing that'll pop up will be this screen. Here you can choose some quick templates, open up previous presentations that you've done, and access account, feedback, and other options. So let's go ahead and just click on one of these, create, then you'll be greeted with this screen. So the first thing you'll notice is here in the menu bar, there's a lot of options. I'll be going through each one of them. So file, similar to the opening screen, except you can save your thing, print it, and share it or export it. Those will be the main functions that you'll be using there. Next up, here's the home screen. This is where it'll kind of default to. You'll have your copy and paste, format painter functions in case you don't know the hotkeys for it. Next up is a little slide section here. Pressing the drop down arrow on new slide, you can choose from a variety of different layouts for a new slide. Clicking on layout will change your current slide. And then after that is the font section. So you're creating a sales pitch. Here you can just highlight what you want to change the font of it. It's important to note that this will only change it on the current slide. You'll have to change for each one unless you use a different function that I'll go over later. You can also change the size of the lettering and bold, italics, underline, or add a shadow to it. This is also where you can add highlights in case you want to highlight important information or change the color of your text. The next section is paragraph. Here is where you'll be able to change the alignment both horizontally, like so, and vertically. Say we want it in the middle and centered. There you go. You can also add bullet points and numbering, as well as changing the text direction, which won't be used too often. After that, here's the section where you can fill in certain text boxes, add extra shapes, or arrange the shapes that are currently on your slide. You can also find and replace certain words to make it easier. That way it changes it throughout the whole presentation. So next up is the Insert tab. This is kind of a deeper dive on the slide section of the Home tab. So again, you'll be able to add new slides, but you can also add tables. You can create table sizes or import it from Excel. You can also add images. That can be a single image, a whole photo album. And going further into the drawing section of the Home tab, here you can add different shapes, smart art, which is useful in presentations that include like lists, cycles, hierarchies, relationships. These will be good for sales pitches. And you can also add charts. So here you'll have different options for which type of chart you want to use. Next up, here you can add links to your sales presentation, or new text box, header or footer, date and time, slide number, certain things like that. You can also add equations, symbols if you're not able to find like a certain word with an accent in it, or other commonly used symbols that don't have keyboard shortcuts. Lastly, here you can start recording audio over your presentation or use audio from your PC. You can also add videos from your PC or screen record. On design, This is just a deeper dive into like the templates that you chose at the beginning. You can quickly change it. Transitions won't be used much, they just kind of add extra flair and polish to the presentation. They might be used if you do a flashy sales pitch. Same with animations. In slideshow, this is where you can rehearse your slideshow to make sure your timing is down. You can record narrations over each individual slide, so you can either start from the beginning or current slide if you're just wanting to re-record over one slide instead of starting all the way from the beginning. The only other important parts here are the start slideshow section. Here you can start from the beginning or current slide and it'll just send your thing to a full screen. Next up, we have review. Here you can check your spelling. If you need to change the language, if you're presenting to a foreign company or something, it might be easy to just change it through there. That way it can do spell check for that language instead of for English. And you can also use the translate function here. Next up, we have view. This is just to change the view of how the presentation is on the screen. This makes it easier to edit in certain circumstances. Slide master is very important. I'll make a video over that. That's more in depth, but here you can pretty much just edit the whole presentation at once instead of going slide by slide. That will pretty much be everything you're using in the view section, except for a new window here. This is so you can work on more than one presentation at once. You might use that sometimes, but probably not. The help, just additional support. Lastly, I wanted to go over the share function. This is where you can do live collaboration with your other workmates. You just do it through your OneDrive account. You name your presentation, and then once it is being named and added to your OneDrive, it will load, and then you can enter the email addresses of your coworkers and send them the link to the PowerPoint. Once that's sent, they'll be able to collaborate with it along with you. So this is what you'll be using for all your presentations. If you have any more questions, you can either let me know or use the help function that has a lot of good training tools. So thank you very much for your time.